Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to JPTV. Happy Wednesday. I'm excited to be here today to film. I haven't filmed in over a week, and I know that I'm supposed to be filming twice a week, but I'm just kind of like pacing myself. But I thought today, since we are heading into summer, it's still spring, but we're, heading in the direction of summer. I thought it'd be fun to do a spring/summer makeup look. I am wearing yellow, so it's going to be a very bright, beautiful makeup look. I'm going to be using the Caliente palette by Artist Couture. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to be using like some of these bright colors and then yellow on the lid. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to actually start with the eyes and then do my face makeup after, because I don't know what kind of fallout I'm going to get. So if you're new here to my channel, thank you so much for coming. I hope you would choose to subscribe to my channel and become a part of my YouTube family. If you do, go ahead and click that subscribe button and make sure you click the notification bell. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the MAC Penelopy Paint Pot. And typically I'll use my it's the It Cosmetics. It's like the dual-ended brush, and I use the concealer side. And I'm actually going to use my mirror down here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. So I know on Saturdays I'm supposed to be doing my true crime videos and makeup, and I am still doing that. It just takes a lot more obviously research. It doesn't take research to do a makeup look, but it does take research to do that. And so I really want to obviously bring great content. I don't want to just do anything. I know that my plan was to do the next react video to Sam and Colby on the Queen Mary. So I definitely am doing that this weekend. So I'm thinking I'm alternating, doing one of those one weekend and the next weekend talking about a true crime story. I'm very interested in a recent story. So I'm doing some research on it right now. That happened, oh, my powder's right here in my face. That happened this year, just a couple months ago in New York, about a lady who was murdered and found in a duffel bag. So I'm just doing some research on that story, so I might be talking about that, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Because it's fairly new, there's not a lot of information out about it, so I may or may not choose to do that, but we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna start off with this like bright, almost like an orange color. I don't know how bright this look is gonna look, you guys, but we're going for it. Oh yeah, that's pretty pigmented. It's almost like a coral. I like it actually. So I'm gonna just be obviously in the crease, but then I'm also kind of like winging it out. I want kind of like a blown out look. And because I'm doing my face makeup last, we can kind of clean it up, so don't worry about like how messy it looks. Just go with it. So although I love summer and I'm excited about it, we do have a family vacation planned this summer. So we got a beach house, definitely looking forward to that. But I just, the heat where we live, like, it's just unbearable sometimes. I feel like, why? And sometimes we just get the longest summers, and so I don't know if that's what it's gonna be like this year, but I'm hoping not. All right, so that's how it looks so far. It's very bright, so what I'm thinking about doing, just to kind of tone it down a little bit, is finding like maybe like a light brown that I can use in one of my palettes. Let me see. I'm gonna use this color in my ColourPop palette. One of these little quadrant minis. I'm gonna use a different brush because there's too much on that one. I'm just gonna use this other, it's a very big fluffy brush, that way it doesn't apply to harshly, and I'm just gonna kind of like go over it. It's kind of add like, although it's a warm color, it's just very stark. I want to just kind of soften it out. Yeah, that's doing it. And I'm holding back far on my brush, you can see, so that way it doesn't apply heavy. It's just like a light wash of that brown. And see how I'm kind of like coming all the way in? Because I want it to like touch my contour, which we'll do in a little bit. All right, so I like how that looks a little bit softer. And I'm gonna go back into this palette and just kind of go in with a little bit of a darker brown. It's darker than this one that I just used. And now I'm gonna go in with kind of like a thin tapered brush, and it just applies a little bit more. I'm gonna start in the corner and then wash into the crease after most of the product is off my brush. And there we go, that adds a little bit as well, so it's not as bright. I do really like that coral color though, it's really pretty. And you know what, this is probably the second time ever that I've used this palette. And there's a whole bunch of bright colors in it. There's like the bright pinks. So I'm just kind of washing it across the corner. And then after I do my face makeup, I'll do the lower lash line. Again, I want like a very big blown out look like you can kind of see right now. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and place that yellow on the lid. We're gonna start with a flat brush, and actually need to clean it, it's dirty. It has other makeup on it. Just looks like this, flat brush, and then I'm gonna get it wet. Oh no, I'm not. If I add a little bit of shimmer, I'm gonna see how this matte yellow looks. Then I'll wet it, but for now I'm not going to. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with this bright yellow. Just kind of see. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. It's just the brush doesn't make it as bright, so I might try with my finger after I just kind of like place it on the lid. See how I'm doing the yellow and then just kind of fading to that red? And I might go in with a darker brown outside of this palette on the corner, just to kind of add a little bit. Okay, yeah, the brush is not doing it. Let's try the finger. Even though it's not a shimmer, yeah, look at that. The finger still adds a little bit more. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with this darker brown in here. Just kind of darken up the corner here. And then I'm gonna go in with like a little bit of a darker yellow shimmer right in between the dark and the yellow, just so that it's not such a harsh transition between the brown and the yellow. I just feel like it needed something in the corner. It's too light. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with this right where the brown and the yellow meet. Just very softly, see? Very softly. All right, I'm liking how that's looking. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, put on my lashes, and then come back and finish up with the face. See you in a minute. All right, we're back and the lashes are on. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of clean up. I had some eyelash glue get on my face. So you see, I couldn't clean up, but there wasn't much fallout with this palette. I mean, like at all, so I loved it. So I will probably be using it a lot this summer. All right. Okay, so I like a dewy face. I have very dry skin, so I do everything possible to add as much dew to my face as possible. So I'm gonna start with the new Jaclyn Hill and Robin setting spray. I actually really like it. It smells like I was gonna say medicine, like a spa. It smells like a spa. I really like it. So I have my little fan. I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit. So I thought I would talk about this for a minute. If you like my earrings, they're from Penelopy Designs. I'm gonna go ahead and link her Instagram page in the description box if you want to check out her earrings. All kinds of styles, themed. So she's probably gonna be doing some 4th of July ones. You know, during like Halloween and Christmas, she does, you know, those themed earrings. I have all of them. I love them so much. Green is my favorite color, so I probably have like 5 green pair of earrings. And different styles, like she's got beads, and then she's got ones like these. She's also got ones with some feathery cloth, really, really pretty. So check it out. All right, so my face is dry now. Now I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I'm gonna use this as my primer. Just gonna put it all over my face. And I love the way it looks under the skin. Just kind of adds like a glow from within, which I am living for. And I just use my sponge, my e.l.f. sponge, to blend it out. So do any of you have exciting summer vacation plans? If you are, I'd love to hear about it. I'm really excited for our beach trip. I've always wanted to rent a beach house. I just don't know why we never have. And so I pulled the trigger this year. All right, and then for foundation, I like to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. Like I mentioned, I like really glowy skin. So I have another e.l.f. sponge that I use. So one for concealer and primer and the other for foundation. So I'm gonna go in with that, just looking down into my mirror. Just kind of spread it out. Just put some on this sponge and just spread out. I really love this foundation. It is right now my favorite, next to the, and ironically, they're both L'Oreal. Next to that, I like the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I like this one as well. Just right now, it's a little too light for me because I have like a major tan, but I'm a little bit darker than normal because I have been in the sun. We went to Disneyland, which you guys know, and I don't know, what else did I do that I was in the sun? Oh, I went with my mom and my sister like a couple weeks before Disneyland to Newport. We're out in the sun. So that's the other thing. Okay, so see how pretty that looks? Covers the pores. It is a medium to buildable coverage. It's definitely, I mean, you could build it up to be full coverage, but I feel like the more you add to it, to me, the more cakey it looks. So if you don't have, like, I don't, you know, I'm gonna knock on wood, I don't have a lot of blemishes to cover. I think for me, it's just more, I like the way foundation looks on the skin. It makes it look like a beautiful canvas ready to be painted. So I just love that way that looks. That's why I use foundation, not necessarily to cover up anything, but to just give that flawless skin look. All right, so next I'm going in with concealer, and I use the same concealer all the time. So you already know my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I mix both of them because one's too light, one's too dark for me right now. Just do a little bit of each. And I definitely have bags under my eyes because I am getting old. And so I have to wear concealer. Have to. This is by far my favorite drugstore concealer as well. It just blends out so nicely. Doesn't look cakey. Really brightens up the under eye. Doesn't crease on you. It's hydrating. I mean, I could go on and on. Oh, also, I was thinking about doing a Walmart haul next week. Instead of a tutorial, on Wednesday doing a Walmart haul of all, there's a bunch of new makeup at Walmart. I love their makeup. So let me know if that's something you guys would want to see. Okay. So now I need to set that, my Maybelline Fit Me. Okay. So I'm just gonna set that. I got a whole bunch of things going on. My crazy life right now. My husband broke his hand at work. And so I've been trying to help him around the house, because he's actually the housekeeper, but he does the laundry, he does the dishes, so I'm doing all those things now. And then I'm just gonna finish it up with my Ambient Luminous Light Powder, because again, I like a glow. But so that's been crazy, just all kinds of stuff going on. So, but this too shall pass. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. bronzer, cream bronzer and blush, because I'm going with a very coral look. We're gonna use this. And I'm just gonna go with the other side of this IT Cosmetics brush, and I'm just gonna stipple it on. I love cream bronzers in the summer. In the winter, I'll go with more of a cool tone ashy bronzer. But in the summer, I like a real dark tan looking bronzer, and so I'll use this one. Just kind of a little bit on the forehead. Just a little bit more, because like I said, I like it super dark. And then I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna go back to that palette, but I'm gonna go back into my Hourglass bronzer, my favorite one. And this one's the Radiant Bronze Light. And then I'm just gonna add on top of that cream bronzer. See how pretty that is? It has a nice glow too. Add a little bit up here. Okay, now as far as contouring the nose, I don't like a brown color on my nose. I like more of an ashy color. So I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury bronze, and I'm gonna go with this color. Just gonna contour the nose. I have gained some weight, and so contouring is everything. The first place I gain is either in my face or my hips. So I always bronze the nose or contour the nose when I'm, because my nose will look wider. See the difference? And then I also like to do the chin, and I just kind of mix both, because right now I am having a double chin. All right, that looks good. Now for cream blush, I'm gonna go into this blush right here. And I'm gonna use this, it's like a flat and, oh my gosh, curved brush. I'm just gonna tap into that. Just again, stipple on the skin. Look how pretty, that totally matches the eyeshadow. And then I have a powder one that's a similar color that we're gonna kind of go over it with. And that is the Milani Dolce Pink. This time I'm gonna actually use more of a fluffy brush to kind of just go over it. See that beautiful glow? This also has like somewhat of like kind of like a shimmer to it. And then we're gonna top it off. For highlighter, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder. And That's So Lit, or It's So Lit, something like that. something's lit. Okay. I'm just gonna use this little, this one is really bright, and so I have to just like take a little bit in here and kind of tap it off. Because look at that, it can get really patchy too because it's super pigmented. I love this highlighter. And then I'm just gonna kind of like go over the brows with this. I'm not gonna add a highlight to my brow bone, I'm just gonna do that. All right, we're getting there. Now we need to do the lash line. All right, so I'm going back into this palette. And I'm gonna start off just the same thing with this bright color. Just gonna kind of look up, dust it under there. I'm gonna use this. The only thing about red under the eye is it almost kind of like, looks like maybe you have like a sty in your eyes. You gotta be careful with the red. And then I'll just kind of like go over it with that pretty coral brown. And just kind of add some brown under there. Okay, I think that's it. Finish up with the lipstick and then we will be done. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go in with a bright red. I do need a coral color. I wanna get a coral color so bad. So I'm gonna go in with this, I don't even know the brand. I think I got it at the swap meet. I think I talked about this one before, but this one is in the color Cherry. Looks like this, it's lip liner. I have really thin lips, so I go up a little higher. And then I have this lipstick. I think it came in like a BoxyCharm. It's Hank and Henry, and it's Te Amo. It's pretty shiny red. I did get a little bit of mascara down here. I'm just gonna clean that up. A little bit, like right, I just gotta barely tap it, otherwise it's gonna take off the makeup. There. All right, so that's the finished look. Make sure there's none on my teeth. Okay, I really like it. I hope you guys like it as well. I will put everything that I use in the description box, but I feel like this is just very vibrant. I love the color yellow, but I feel like this would be a really great look if you're maybe going out on a summer night, and I don't go to clubs, but if you're watching my video and you do, I think it would be a great look for that, or maybe going to a afternoon birthday party in the summer, it might be good. Out to dinner with friends, so there's many ways. Like, it is kind of very glam. My coworkers are probably gonna be like, what are you wearing today? You know, because I work from home. Sometimes they're like, why does your makeup look so good? And it's because I'm filming videos before I start work. So, but anyways, thank you so much for coming, you guys. I hope you like this look, and I hope you can consider subscribing if you aren't already. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.